Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody's day is going well. Welcome. My name is Algo, and thank you for joining me on another morning watch list building session. I am back home, and the live stream is back. So, with that being said, I feel like my mic is super high. I'm gonna drop that volume just a little bit. Hopefully, it's not too low now. So let's go ahead and get signed in. We're gonna go over some news. We'll look at the overall market, which seems to be recovering. A massive sell-off. So the title of the stream is Learn the Downside. I think we're going to have to learn to play the downside over the next coming weeks because guess what? Yes, it's time for the market to correct. All right. Morning chat. Oh, crap. I forgot to do one other thing. Let's see here. Let me just do this. I am doing a guest appearance. We're just going to go with voice activity and let's see. All right. Good morning. All right. Morning, Johnny. How are things? Let me. All right. So I had to get into. I'm doing like a dual stream here. Bullish Bears in their large caps chat room. I'm streaming onto their Discord right now, as well as into my YouTube. So I finally got some interwebs that are going to work, and I think we're going to have a pretty good day today. So with that being said, I am Algo. Thanks for joining me. This is my morning live stream. I typically go for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I try to find stocks and options that are going to make a move today. I use a software called FlowTrade. It is a smart money, dark pool, and block trade algorithm, and it tracks what the big boys are doing. We typically look to play divergences, the divergence of what large institutions are doing versus the actual price action. So if you're new, I'll go over everything pretty quickly. It's easy to understand. I'm pretty vocal about how things go. Really quickly, seeing my charts in front of me. This is FlowTrade, obviously. If you're interested in a trial, there's a link in the description of the video. If you haven't signed up already, I would highly recommend it. So the white bars you see, that's price action. The purple line is the regular algorithm. If you see me draw a red line across the screen, that is a regular block trade. A blue line is a dark pool block trade. And if I draw a white line, the boys in Miami go crazy. I'm just kidding. A little inside joke. We're trying to flush that out a little bit. But what it means is that there's a dark pool and a regular block trade at the same level, and I can't draw two lines. Well, I don't want to draw two lines, so I just draw a white line. Those are major areas of support and resistance and interaction with the algorithm. So lots of attention should be paid to those white line areas. Okay, I'm going to jump into the news and then look at futures, seeing if ES can finally make. Like, I got stopped out of my ES trade. I'm a little upset about it. Like by 0.25. Like I forgot to account for slippage, and it got me stopped out. Unfortunately, I know I was planning too tight. So with that being said, I can't ever go on vacation again, right? Tell me about it. Let's see, news. All right, so in the news today, we have a little bit of good news here, and we have some news. I don't know if I want to call it good or not, but we have news. All right, hopefully everybody can see that. All right, so Palantir, right? PLTR selected to progress to the next phase of the Army's competitive 823 million indefinite delivery, indefinite quantity contract. If Palantir secures that Army contract, that means they get $823 million forever. Massive news. So going to be looking for Palantir to rip today. It may be the relative outperformer in the fact that if the market is bloody as it appears, as we think it's going to be, lots of money may be shifting over into Palantir. $30 level is obviously that issue level with Palantir as always. So we will pull it up on the charts and check it out. Okay. In healthcare, nothing super, just a lot of nominal healthcare news. PKI announced FDA granted emergency use authorization for its anti-SARS-CoV-2, right? This is, I don't even know what this company is, but anti-SARS, that's kind of a big deal, right? SARS is a horrible disease. All right, moving out of healthcare into financials. Okay, financials. I don't know why they're calling BlackRock and Riot financials, but maybe I should look at how they're determining financials. But Riot, news on Riot said in September to produce 406 Bitcoin, right? An increase of approximately 346% over its September 2020 production of 91. And at the end of September, it held approximately 3,534 Bitcoin. They can just give that to me at any time that they'd like, right? BlackRock is putting annuities in American workers' 401k. BlackRock said 5 employers have signed up for a new retirement product that will allow workers to receive a stream of payments for the rest of their lives. A small number of 401k plans currently in corporate annuities. That's kind of a cool little deal, right? It's like a replacement for Social Security. Not a bad idea since it's going to be gone. Okay, so we have oil and energy news. This is probably going to be pretty important. So this is energy, industrials, and materials, right? Saudi Arabia reduced oil prices for its main buyers a day after OPEC sent crude futures surging by sticking to a plan for slow and steady supply increase, right? The state cuts customers in Asia, Europe, and the U.S. may take some of the sting out of that jump for refiners at the time of a global gas shortage is pushing up the demand for crude. All right, according to Bloomberg, this has got 70s vibe to it, so just be careful. Vale said production of copper concentrate in Brazil has been suspended due to a fire, and production is not expected to resume before the end of the month. Bye-bye, Vale. I'm taking puts on that all day. Steel, Goldman Sachs downgraded S to neutral from buy, Nucor to neutral from buy, and upgraded CLF to buy from, upgraded CLF to a buy, and CMC to neutral. Okay. Dow Chemical, all right, plans investing $3 billion into earning interest, taxes, and depreciations. All right. Sorry, I was just reading some notes. Dominion Energy. Remember about this time? Well, remember a year ago when oil was negative $35 a gallon or a barrel? Yeah, so much for that. All right, I'm just keeping it. I've got ES going on over here. ES is kind of making a move, looking like a little cup and handle on 5 minutes, so I can keep an eye on that. All right, and consumer news, AutoZone to buy back an additional 1.5 billion of stock. And this is what I wanted to pull out of here because it's kind of hilarious. I think you guys are gonna laugh about it. Walmart, Costco, and American Eagle all mentioned favorable by Jim Cramer Investment Club newsletter. Said American Eagle stock is way undervalued, right? All right, well, whatever. American Airlines downgraded to sell. JetBlue downgraded, and Norwegian Cruise Lines. Yes, the Norwegian Cruise Line CEO said on CNBC last night it'll begin sailing its full fleet of 28 ships by April 1st of next year. So I think it might be time to look at some growth in Norwegian. There's a little bit of opportunity there, right? Obviously. And let's see, world news. We went over to Saudi Arabia. The Japan CPI is not as weak as headline figures suggest. Bank Japan Governor Kuruda said that Japan's economy has picked up, comma. I don't like when people don't know how to use commas. Has picked up, comma, led by exports and manufacturing sector. Right. Recent low inflation is mainly due to unusual factors such as cuts to mobile fees, and excluding such factors as Japan's CPI. New Zealand Central Bank lifted its benchmark rate to 0.5% from 0.25%. It doubled, and signaling more increases over the next year as it seeks to tame inflation and rein in house prices. All right, look at this. They doubled their rate, right, overnight. Ugh. So that should be interesting. Macroeconomics, that IMEX is down, Brent's down, gold's down 11. Euro USD is down, Japan USD is down, and the 10-year note is up. So I think when we look at futures, we may see a favorable day for futures, or it's a big giant head fake. As far as earnings, we've got Levi's. Stars has earnings before the bell, so that's the wheat sector. There was some news coming out on that yesterday. In New York, something about the flour being available, or yeah, just the wheat sector may start picking up again. Okay. Morning, Johnny. Hey, lads, what's up, bud? Yes, I'm glad to be back. Okay. Mortgage applications, ADP unemployment employment index for September. This should be good. If we get positive employment numbers, look for a rip. If it's worse, then maybe a dip. Okay. S&P gained 45 points yesterday. I mean, it was a nice rally yesterday, but I'll have to look at some levels. I'm afraid, was this a rally to the mean, or is this just a massive bear wedge forming? Okay. When the dollar rises, it makes me nervous, right? The dollar rose, rebounding off a 3-day sell-off, while Bitcoin extended its rally and surpassed the 50,000 mark. All right, let's talk about SHIB for a minute. SHIB. My 10 million shares have paid for itself, and it's like 3,000% or 2,600% in the last couple of days. Let's go SHIB. Right? It's only got some trillion amount of shares shares left. Coins. SHIB coins. 10 million coins. All right. S&P and NASDAQ rose by the rebound in mega cap tech, and the 10-year spike to 1.53%. After reading, the U.S. service sector activity came in better than expected. Items to keep an eye on include Friday's non-farm payroll data. Yes, ADP private payroll due today. Yes, if this is, yeah, we do have some news that may rock some stuff. Let's go. Right? Cool. Which can, yes, so here we go. Items, this is important. If non-farm payroll data and ADP private payroll data come out positive, that could signal the Fed saying, hey, the market's good in November to begin tapering, right? Keep an eye on that. Airline stocks looking lower, right? Because they are airline stocks, and that's what happens. They're saying it's washout Wednesday after turnaround Tuesday. I'm not exactly sure of that. So don't be biased going into today. Keep an open mind, play the chart in front of you. Asian markets, Nikkei index fell 293 points. Shanghai remained closed for another golden week, right? Take a week off. Love it. Hang Seng dropped 137. The DAX is sharply lower, falling 300 points, right? And FTSE 100 declines 125 points. So we are down globally, right? It's looking bleak. So we're just going to keep an eye on it. There's some upward trend line support that if we break, then it's going to get nasty. All right, that's it for news. Let's check on our futures, and then we'll grab some requests and get moving, shall we? Yes, we shall. All right, it's so good to be back in front of a machine that I know will allow me to stream in a couple of different places, right? It's kind of nice. Kind of nice. All right, kind of nice to see have enough power to be able to do things, right? So sell off overnight, possible recovery, right? Down to yesterday's pre-market lows. Don't know if it's a giant head and shoulders forming, but we did sell off, right? To support. Now, what happens if do we rally and continue to sell off? Or do we rally, back test, and move on to the upside? This is a giant finger pattern right here, right? If you can't see that, I will draw it out for you. But this is a FU pattern on the Russell. Right? This is dangerous right here. So keep an eye on that hopefully the rest of the market's not forming that pattern. However, if it is, it is. Gold, look at that move on gold. I don't like gold ripping. That means, yeah. So remember the general premise: if this bottom row is down, this top row could be up. This bottom row is gold, crude, ZB, right, bonds, and the 6J, which is Japanese yen. If those are ripping, that's not a very bullish sign for the U.S. futures, right? So I'd like to see these guys reject these, these mids, right? Hit this red line and just reject off of it, continue to sell off, and allow this top row to get through the red line and continue to move up. However, if that does not work, we have to be nimble and have to be able to play both sides of the fence. Okay. That being said, I've got a couple stocks that I want to look at today, and those include BAZ, Palantir, and Dokken. If you have some requests, make sure you get them to me as soon as possible so that I can get them pulled up. Amazon looks like it sold off just today. Okay. 1 second here. I gotta might ask you for some resources for me to. So there was a massive Twitter Spaces last night that was incredible. Oh my gosh, the heavy hitters were out. Sam was there. Vegas was there. Wolf was there. Sharks was there. Who else was there? There's quite a few people. I can see Ben was there from Pattern Profits. Dylan. Yeah, quite like a lot of heavy hitters in the Twitter financial tech space. Mel was there. So hopefully they can continue to do that because there's just a wealth of information. So, okay. If you've got the requests, now it's time to get them in. Johnny, Laz, anyone else that has requests? Let me check in on this other chat that I'm in. Just to double check. All right, I'm not seeing anything. If you have a FlowTrade request, let me know. Okay. What? Alrighty. Bank or Boeing. All right, so news came out about Boeing. It's doing like Boeing gaps support. A little bit of a rising wedge here. Algo is trading with price action. I think some news came out about Boeing. I thought I saw something. I see Boeing's on my no-fly zone, like don't trade zone, because it really got me one day because I wasn't paying attention to it and I thought I knew how it moved, and I didn't know how it moved. So we've got this upward trend line, falling wedge, potential breakout, right? The algo is trading with price action slightly curled down. We have regular block trade support coming in at 224 on the nose, right? You guys know how I like those solid numbers. That means it's been a long-standing order, right? And then we've got resistance at 226. So there is that range. So for me, a break above 226.80 to go long, break down below 224 and some change to start taking out some of these previous lows on BA. Okay, this is what BA looks like on the chart currently. All right, look at that. Oh, there it goes below, what did I say, 224? So we broke down below that 224. We're below the directional 200 SMA. Below the 50 wheel, we got above the 50. We're trying to recover from that massive, $5 drop. 217 is VWAP. It is also the 21 EMA. It is also the mean. However, right, we've got this 50, 200 on the daily squeeze going on. Uptrend flag, we may chop, or if we do fall, pre-market lows is at 219.83. So if we break pre-market lows, 219.50 basically. I like 217.50 to the downside. Reevaluating the position there, potentially down to point of control at let's just call it 213.50, right? Contrarian, we maintain the 200 on the daily at 221, whatever, 220-ish, 221.65, actually right where it's at right now. So this is that level there is the 200 or the 50, the daily 50 SMA. It's also the 50. I forgot I changed my charts. Sorry, let me fix that real quick. Doesn't really change anything other than the 15-minute 21 EMA is also the daily 50 SMA. All right, our directional SMA is above us, negatively stacked moving averages, right? This could be Shit, we might range trade in this inside bar here. So it's going to be ugly. We just want to play it whichever direction it goes. So resistance at 223.50. Support 220. It's just called 220 support, right? I know it's not really a demand zone, but for illustration purposes, there's support. We got lots of overhead resistance, right? Lots of. I mean, it's ugly to the upside. Break at 224.50, then I think we can continue higher. However, we could rally, so it's a $3 rally to rejection, or we reject off of the 34 at 222 and play to the downside. That was Boeing. Okay. Z, PLTR, DOCN, SoFi. We will check out SoFi. If I can type today. SoFi, Datadog, yes. Datadog was a good play yesterday. All right, SoFi, Z. So Z was off of the weekend watch list, right? The Algo did its job. It made this little finger thing though, so I'm a little concerned about it. Head and shoulders, it's pretty obvious to see. So gonna keep an eye on it. Don't want to get head faked out. Looks like the divergence has played out. The Algo's trading with price action. We were below our block trade levels, regular and dark pool. So really the only thing that I consider holding us up is some weak price action. It can be seen here. We actually broke below that as well. So I'm looking for the Algo to either break above that, right? Or below this, pretty much. I should have used a different tool for that. As far as block trades and dark pool levels go, we got a regular block trade that came in on the 30th at 88, right on the nose. I think that's going to be pretty significant resistance. We have a white line level, white lines on Z at 89.75, 89.80, right? That is first target or resistance, and then we have some dark pool levels above that at 90, 25, and 90 to 69, right? Don't know if we're going to get to that level there. The Algo, like I said, it needs to get above that, and yeah, this little pattern here is not a bullish pattern at all. Okay, Palantir. So with the news, with the Algo consolidating, with the Algo making kind of a little cup and handle, it is trading with price action, so there's no clearly defined specific divergence on Palantir. However, we do have white line support. We have regular and dark pool block trades coming in right at the same level, at that 23.15, 23.25 level, right? So that is going to be our support. I mean, pretty good basis for support. Nice double bottom consolidation. Algo is trying to break out of its consolidation that's got going on. I could be early on it, right? Here. Really, for me, the Algo needs to get out of that little channel that it's in, break above this white line resistance, and start moving to the upside. On the way up, we've got some fights ahead of us. We got a little struggle going on here. From 24 to 25, that's just chop fest, right? Come on. Regular block trade chop fest. So if Palantir can get above 25, actually 25.60, and use that as support, then I like the move to 27, 28. Gets super gappy at that point, right? So we got to get above this level here, support, right? And then we can target 27, 28, 25. Come on. Seriously, there we go. As far as Palantir, no. Ooh. Some news must have came out. Where are we at? Almost. So ES ran up to VWAP, rejected right off of it, and is falling back down to. So it ran to plus one deviation of VWAP and is pulling back to VWAP right now. Palantir, this massive move. You guys know what that was, right? I hope so. Let's see how many old school people we got in here. Okay, I know Lazo's. All right, so look at this massive rally, massive move in Palantir overnight, right up to was that 2672? So yeah, right up to VWAP, right? Highest volume. That's just too much of a move for Palantir. $3 rally. Yeah, it's gonna pull back. So it's failed the 50 SMA on the 15-minute chart. MACD is negative and decreasing. Looking for a possible slingshot squeeze to curl around and move back up to the upside. With the market, we could just sit here and form a bull flag from 2675 to 2475. There's that $3 range that we could shop within, right? It wouldn't surprise me. And no. Sorry, I might let my fib levels get a little nasty, right? Sorry, a little easier to see, right? Nice massive inside bar, right? So could be chop fest above the 200 SMA on the daily, right? 25 is that level, right? 25 is just the do or die level for Palantir for the foreseeable future. We're getting a 50 200 crossover on the daily. That's bullish. We rallied right up into VWAP resistance, right? We're pulling back and we're testing that 50S support, right? The 15-minute 50, we're currently below it. We have room down. I think 2461 is a pretty significant point. All right, so we just know that that level there is going to be super important for Palantir, right? There's this choppy consolidation up until, oh, dang it. All right, see what it did. Rallied to VWAP, pulled back to the 618. I did this upside down. Oopsie. So, like I said, a break above, what do we got here? Really 2550 to be safe. I don't know how I feel about using that color for all my markup. Should I use orange? And we'll use orange for now, I guess. So this is VWAP, dual VWAP right here. So it's ugly. Like I said, it's ugly on its way up, right? Palantir ugly on its way up. Break a 2560, then 27 comes pretty easy. Break a 2560, and then I think 27 comes pretty easy, right? Like I said. So clear these levels. Where are you at? Oh, that was horrible. Yeah, so I mean, Palantir is just there's gonna be lots of volatility. Just pay attention to it today. All right, cool. Thanks. Good. All right, Wu-Tang Clan. What am I doing? Doc and DOC end. So the algo has been selling off, right? Pretty much since the 24th. Price action's fighting it. There's lots of chatter about it today, so I don't know. I might have to pass on this one. I thought it might have been a little bit cleaner setup. Right, the algo's pretty much been net selling. Price action's fighting against it. Broke. Yeah, I don't know about Dawkins. I'm gonna have to pass on that one. SoFi was up. Let's see what else we got on the request. On the request line. All right, Facebook, Datadog. Okay, web. All right, SoFi. SoFi, the algo is trading with price action, right? We've got trendline support holding it up. Impossible gap fill potential to 16, 15-ish, right? The algo is making higher lows and higher highs, so it's trying to recover a little bit here. So the algorithm is I don't like that it's megaphoning. We would look for the algo to actually come down to this level here and bounce. Essentially there and bounce. Continue up. Price action is... Oh, wrong tool. I mean, that's pretty... 1, 2. That's a trend line. Is that the channel? So it could be a rising channel. We've got massive white line support. Let me just show you what that's at. Right at the 1625 level. Right? There's just massive support here. Come on. Massive, massive, massive support. Right? We have dark pool levels at pretty much every 15 cents above that. So 1645, first target or first overhead resistance, 1661, 1675. Really a break of 1675. Then we start to get a little loosey-goosey up to 1750, where we've got regular block trades. Right? Come on, I got to adjust the scale on this chart. Right? So we would look to take out some of these levels here. Safe play is above 1685 to 1750. Contrarian, we've got a lot of support on the way down. We would have to get below 1565, right? We'd have to get below that level before I'd start getting concerned. And even below that, I mean, we've got support right below it, right? That's gap filling support. See that there? See how it filled that gap? So I'm kind of bullish on SoFi. So let's check it out and see what we got going on here. See what price action's telling us to do today. Ooh. So yesterday pre-market we were super bullish, right? It rallied to the 1618, rejected, came back, failed the 50, right? We have a death cross, the 50 cross below the 200. Price action sold off, rallied to the mean, right? Rallied to the 50, so I would anticipate another sell-off. Like I said, we've got a bunch of block trades in here that are going to cause a lot of support. All the way down to, what's that, 1550? 1550 is, I think, that level there. Previous low. Yeah, so support all the way down to 1550. So you got a 50-cent move to the downside, above 1665. Sorry, let's call it 1675 for a move to the upside. Yeah, so we get above this level here, right here, which is the 1618. Oh, right. I like to play the clean and easy move. So above 1675 for me, the upside. I don't know if I'd want to fight that 75-cent move to the upside. Contrarian, we break below the 1550, right? We have POC at 1534, but below that, we start taking out some previous lows. Let's see. As far as uptrending support, it's very minor, but it's there. Let's see if we got any trends. Ooh. Don't know what happened over here on this chart. All right, that was SoFi. All right, I got about 10 minutes. If you've got requests, make sure you get them to me now. Datadog. Oh. So to be honest, I was in a bad trade with DDog and I was lucky to get out for like a $10 loss. And I'm okay with that just because I had just had a bad trade and I'm grateful that I got out with a little $10 loss. So the Algo was on fire yesterday, right? So this is interesting, right? The Algo took out its previous highs and back tested for support for continuing to move to the upside. So I'm bullish on this newly formed Algo, or this new Algo direction. I apologize. Price action, however, is kind of funky. Whatever's at this level here, right? Whatever's at that level is pretty significant. I would anticipate a break above the previous high, so double top. If we have to break above that, because triple tops are bearish, right? If we can get above that, use it as support, then I think we can start moving up. Price action, like I said, is kind of funky, where we gapped up, right? Gapped up to new wedge. And there's a very funky price action. Regardless, we have a dark bull level at 138.14. That's ultimate support. Below that, things start to get woody. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on DDog today. Like I said, well, let's see what that level is. Yeah, so there's 140. 142.27. I'm just going to call it 142.50 just because. Actually, 142.75. My bad. Yeah, I like that level there. All right, on the daily. I don't know what I did to my daily chart, but it jacked it up. No. All right. Can we say range bound? Like, I'm really trying to make this chart look a little better than it is. So we've got this little wedge forming on the daily with the VWAP point of control. So like I said, above 142.60, let's just call it 143. Above 143, I think we start moving a little easier to the upside, right? Could easily reject off of 141.25, which is point of control, VWAP. Lots of activity at that level. So let's see what we did overnight. All right, so we're getting a 50, 200 cross on the 15-minute, which is bullish. We need price to get back up above that VWAP, right? So, yeah, 141.16. I need to see some support there. There is a move from 141.16 to 142.75. However, the safer move for me would be above 142.75 up to 145, 146. Okay, that's Datadog. KWeb. Did I not do Facebook? Oh, what did I say that was? Facebook. Did I skip? I skipped over Facebook. My bad. I was like, shit, I thought I didn't do Facebook. Oh. Sweet. All right.
Facebook that was at like a 327 level. That was really strong. So
Awesome. Thanks. Let's see.
EA gap down from the daily triangle region.
Yeah, let's check out United Healthcare real quick. UNH. Oh, okay, KWeb, real quick. This is just too choppy for me. As far as the algo is concerned, the algo rejected off of this dark pool level at 4801, or excuse me, the regular block trade level at 4801. It needs to get above that to be a higher high. We have a dark pool level at 4836. And regular block trade at resistance at 4620. So there's that little $2 range it likes to play within. I need the algo to do a better job than it's doing right now. It's not giving me a lot of confidence, even though there's a vertical line. It rejected a previous regular block trade level. Right. So if it can if it can curl back around and get above these levels, I'd be happy to look at it again. However, that's just too choppy for me and mine. All right, United Healthcare. Look at that. So United Healthcare has got pretty nice divergence. Slow accumulation. The algo is doing slow accumulation. That is not a Wu-Tang reversal. It's failed. It's just a W. It's not the Wu. Let's try though. As far as analysis goes, what do we got going on here? All right, so the algo is in kind of a little channel that it's been in for the last 10 days. Price action is all over the place, really. Like it broke it, like tried to break out, got rejected. It's, I don't know, coming down. I guess I could make a case for it on a break above previous lows, right? However, it's got room to the downside, 393 to 387. Above 400, then I think we get a little bit nicer moves to the upside on United Healthcare. All right. Bitcoin hit 54,000. Nice. Amazon. All right. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for me. I don't see any other requests. SAP. Let's check out Amazon while we're at it. Oh, I don't know what SAP is. All right, so SAP Algo is a nice strong uptrend. It's been in this uptrend for 6th to 16th of last month. It's formed its own little channel, right? It's a nice little rising channel. Well, yeah, a little rising channel here. Currently on its downtrend of that channel. Price action looks consolidating, right? Longer term. Yeah, consolidation, overhead resistance. So on SAP, we would need to take out the low on the first. Use that as support for a continued move to the upside. Yeah, this is just doesn't move enough for me. We're below the directional the directional SMA, the 200 SMA, below the 50, below the 8, below the 21, below the 34, below VWAP. We did have a crossover. We might have a slingshot squeeze releasing. We were trading at more than -3 ATR. So there is the need for a rally to the 140, right? A rally to the mean. However, we're below the 200 on the daily, below the 50 on the daily, trading at -3 ATR. This is just a slow, subtle downtrend, right? See that? Algo divergence, right? However, we need this downtrend to confirm reversal. So kind of like it did back here on the 20th, right? If you get above I'll be interested in it above the 200 SMA. But until then, I'm not going to mess with it. We're going to create an alert. I'm going to give it a week or so. Oh, I didn't know I could do that far out. All right, my alerts are set. All right, I got to run. Thanks for joining me. Once again, my name is Dark Hole Algo. I will be here every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time for about 45 minutes to do the open. If you've got requests, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section below. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, share it with friends, families, neighbors. If you're in the chat group, thanks for joining me. I'll be around. You can private message me. And if you'd like any screenshots, let me know. Thanks for joining me. I will see y'all tomorrow. Stay safe, stay green, and let's see, what else can I say? Yeah, if you don't feel comfortable getting into position, then don't. Cash is a position, and never hurts to kind of understand